Hello, Sean Paul.
What's up, bro? How are you?
What's up, man? Hey, you've probably heard this joke a million times, but I just wanted to point out I've got the right temperature to interview you today.
Yeah, big up, bro. Big up, big up.
Big ups, dude. You coming to us from Jamaica?
Yeah, man, I've been here for about a year and a half. We still going through this thing in that kind of way, more lockdowns, and I've had asthma since I was 7, so I've been very careful. Yeah, that's where it's at for me. I'm planning on traveling in 2022, which is right around the corner right now, and just looking forward to it.
I saw a video on your Twitter a couple of days ago where you were telling an interesting story that has to do with the new song Dynamite along with Sia, where when you first heard Sia's music, you thought she was Rihanna. Can you tell us about how your mom introduced you to Sia and where that all began between you two?
Every now and then we get, me and mom get together and talk about music or different stuff. And she's the one who schooled me on people like, Paul Simon and Garfunkel and the Beatles and Cat Stevens, Neil Diamond and all these people. She even loves ABBA, and I got an appreciation for all this type of music. So by the time I was 13, I was like, Mom, Shabba Ranks is the dude, and Super Cat is the dude. And I've been schooling her ever since. So one day we're speaking about, one of my videos I did, and she got, why you got all these girls dancing up? What's going on? and then she's like, yo, so do you know Sia? And I was like, Sia? She's like, yeah, she sings a song. I was like, no, you mean Psy? I thought she was talking about Psy because it was about the same time that Gangnam Style Korean big monster hit was like huge, So she's like, nah, I'm talking about Sia. I did not know who it was. So I was kind of embarrassed in school by my mom again, 30 years later, something like that. So it's pretty cool that Sia has that fan base. My 7-year-old niece loves her. So does my mom. She's up in years, That was the first time I heard her name. And then I got used to who this was. I don't know how mom knew it. She's not really on the iTunes or, Spotify like that. But I guess she was on YouTube and she saw it and she's like, I love Chandelier. So, yeah.
That's crazy. So really, if not for mom, you two wouldn't have got together on Cheap Thrills, wouldn't have had that super massive international hit. And you wouldn't have had the follow-up over here too, Dynamite. So I think we need to give mom a big shout out, right?
Yeah, she got good taste. I got to big her up. Big up my mom's.
Because that's a song that you were already a star when Cheap Thrills came out, but that's a song that once again put you in sort of as a household name that everyone was like, yeah, I know that song. I know that voice. And, that led to you doing all kinds of collabs with other artists as well. So I wanted to ask, in the spirit of you going back and working with Sia again, if you could choose one other artist whom you've worked with before to work with again, who would that be?
Oh, wow. You mentioned her name earlier. Rihanna is one. Beyonce is another one. Those two for me have been very dope artists for different reasons, but big songs. I think that me and Rihanna didn't get the chance to really blow up with that song. Actually, right before that song was becoming big, then Umbrella just came and blew it out of the way. You know what I mean? So big up to Riri. She came to Jamaica. She did her thing. Beyonce is another one, which, that was a #1 song, big, huge song. I think that would work in any case. Anybody who she decides to do a song with, it would work. So yeah.
That's true, man. That's true. Now, I really want to get into your music video for Dynamite with Sia, because the first thing we see is this futuristic scene that we call Neo Kingston, capital of Jamaica, in the year 2062, if I'm remembering correctly. Now, I know a lot of dance hall, a lot of reggae, a lot of Jamaican music has to do with politics. So I want to jump in real quick and be like, is this a vision for the future of Jamaica that you really see happening? Big metropolis? You think it can all be holograms?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind the holograms. I wouldn't mind the flying cars. But for me, I wouldn't want to really see us have bigger buildings than our mountains. Our mountains are beautiful. However, 2062 is 100 years after we got our own independence. So I was just trying to say with the whole thing, the director was Storm Salter. He does movies, and he's a Jamaican, and we were kind of saying how strong the dancehall culture is, and we want to see it survive, 100 years after Jamaica's gotten independence. So that's kind of the narrative we went with, or the concept of the video, that this culture is so strong. We've helped to spawn, many different music, such as we were development in the early years of hip hop. We helped to develop what reggaeton sounds like right now, or the Latin modern music, even reggae, even Afrobeat. The sound and the different ways they spit right now has been influenced by what we've done. And so we being such a strong cultural music, we want to see it last that long, you know what I mean? So when there's flying cars, I hope they're bumping dancehall music, you know what I mean?
We got the future, we got the past, we've got the present in Jamaica. We've also got Jamaican Patois, which was something I was kind of curious to learn a little bit more about with you. You've gone on the record before and said that artists who use a little too much Jamaican Patois kind of set themselves up for failure internationally. And I've gone on panel discussions all, throughout the past year and a half, especially with like K-pop stands, K-pop fans and supporters, being like, the question that I always get asked is, can non-English music succeed overseas? And the answer is yes. It has to be a really good song. Tell me about where Jamaican Patois fits into that mix. How much is too much, and how much can really add a nice musical flavor to a hit?
Well, for me, I DJ or I sing in mainly hardcore Patois. So I never really said it was wrong. I just said that is a barrier for our music. For me, Latin music, because I don't speak Latin, I don't speak Spanish. That's a barrier for me. I really can't connect with every act or every song. There's some songs that blow up, and those songs have to have a nice melody, a very catchy beat, and a few keywords that I can hook on to, like, gasolina. And then I ask somebody, what does it mean by that? Oh, okay, now I get it. They're saying more juice, you know what I mean? More energy, more. So I get it. And I tried to put little keywords in my songs that would at least hook up with, some people's ears in different communities. Like when I sang "Give Me the Light" and Pastor Dro. In Jamaica, we don't say Dro so much. We might call it something else. And at the time, that was really something that people would call it. Like now, I'll probably put the word gas in a song if I was referring to, burning trees like that. So it's just to keep up with the times and put those different type of words that people could identify with, in the song. But for me, it's not wrong. Do your own native culture, for sure. I was just saying in that interview that, it is a barrier, and it is to be expected that those people not fail, but not probably not get as huge internationally. I've been international artist for quite some time, and there's subtle ways that I've gotten my music out there, like, hooking up with Clean Bandits, hooking up with Sia, hooking up with Dua Lipa, and even other artists from before. They're seeing English hooks. The same Beyonce, Keisha Cole gave it up to me. Like, it's singles that they're seeing English in. It's nice, infectious backbeat. The dancehall culture is there, and I'm spitting with my own culture, but I've gotten other people's listenership by adding these artists on there. So that's where it is. That's where it's at for me. It's very important to keep your culture, but at the same time, see the subtle ways, or know the subtle ways that you could get through to other cultures with your music.
100%. Patois is kind of always moving. It's always up to the moment, changing with time. Could you teach me a couple of new Patois words and what they mean?
Yeah. Okay. For this one is not that new, but I don't think people know it. When you're referring to money, you can say gungo.
Google.
Gungo.
Gungo. Okay.
Yeah. Gungo. Gungo. So
Gungo.
gungo.
Money.
Gungo is a pea. Like we make rice and peas with it. Like so. So peas is like food. It's like eating. So give me the gungo. You know what I mean? I need the money.
That's right.
Exactly. Exactly. So
Okay.
that's not a brand new saying, but yeah, you could use that to say, yo, I don't got no gungo right now, so you know I can't buy that product from you, or yo, I got a lot of gungo, let's go party. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I got you. I'm gonna try to use that, and I don't think anyone's gonna understand me, but I am gonna use it.
Yeah. Try it out.
You got one more for me, maybe?
Yeah. What can I say now? What's a new one? Yeah, we have a thing in Jamaica where we used to say "irie," everything's irie, which means everything's okay, everything's copacetic, everything's all right. Nowadays, the new phrase is Schweppes. So I don't know where it came from. I don't know why, but Schweppes is a drink like a tonic, like
Yeah.
bitter lemon Schweppes. So we say you know the Schweppes. So that means you know the deal. It's another saying. To me, it's a saying like Irie. You know, you could say, yeah, that's the Schweppes. That everything's cool. That's how it is. You know, so that's the Schweppes. That's a new one.
Okay, so I'll let somebody know. That's the
Gungo and
Schweppes.
Schweppes. Yeah.
Gungo and Schweppes. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Man, I'm learning stuff over here. Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
All right. Well, hey, let's get into a little bit more just about your musical history, because you know a lot of what you've done in terms of coming into sort of the top 40 pop scene has happened because of these songs with Sia. Now this song's taken off. I saw the music video a moment ago when I was watching it, and I think it was like up over 1.5 million views now on YouTube.
Yeah, good
so
back, right?
People are watching that, people are enjoying it, and in some ways I think some people would argue that Dynamite is a direct follow-up to Cheap Thrills because it's you two back again on the beat. Do you see it that way, or do you see this as some brand new musical territory?
With every song is brand new to me. I think that her voice is so distinct and so is mine that a lot of people have heard this song and be like, yo, I've heard this already. You know what I mean? It's just like Cheap Thrills. To me, it's way different. The tempo is different. Melodies are different. There's different types of production going on. But it's the general essence. You know, that's what I like to put in my music. That general energy that makes me feel like when I was 14 and went out for the first time to like a social gathering, saw a homegirl and was like, would you dance with me? You know what I mean? She come close, I don't start winding up on the tile. I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm in heaven. So, yeah. So that's the kind of energy I like to put into my music. I like people to kind of go there. I like people to feel that vibe. You know, in life, we have so much different heartaches and bad vibes and ill things that come at us, especially nowadays. And especially with the social media and main media, like it's always negative energy. And I think that that's because of survival. I think that if a lion came into a village thousands of years ago and ate somebody, and we all was like, oh, yo, a lion ate somebody, and that's not a big deal, then everybody would be keep on getting eaten. But when that happens and we go, oh, what the hell? We pay attention to the bad news. We're more we could stay alive a lot longer. We could survive. So it's a natural thing. But you know, I like to in my music just put more positive vibes and maybe escape that part of reality for a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we put that magic in there.
Now you're at an age where a lot of other musicians are kind of hanging up their cleats. You know, at 48 years old, a lot of your peers are showing up on
40 great.
With 40 great. All right, all right. Have you got a nickname for 49 when you hit that?
40 fine. I'm just gonna go with that one. And when I go to 50, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna find something.
But see, that's exactly what I'm saying there is, okay, at 40 great years old, going on 40 fine, right?
Yeah.
You're doing things that a lot of your peers are kind of giving up on. They're like, I can't relate to the new young audience anymore. I'm not dropping songs anymore. It's not worth it, you know. And you're not out there going on the last farewell reunion tour by any stretch. Looks like you got energy for it. You got zest for music. Tell me, what keeps you going?
You know, for every now and then I do have those times where it's like, I got to take a break. I don't know what's happening. For instance, in Jamaican music, we had a whole era where there was this dance called daggering. And daggering was crazy. Like I was like, I can't not be involved in that. That's nuts. This is where people climb up on the speaker box and jump off and like a dude, and he smashes into a young lady who's lying on the ground. And they pretend to do the nasty, and I'm like, yo, I can't get with it. I mean, I was good enough to rent the tile, you know what I mean, and chill out and be like, you know, winding up in the corner. But to jump off of a building top and do that, I was not down with it. But for all those times, there's something that I do find in music that I love. You know what I mean? No modern day hip hop or trap music, it doesn't hit me as when I first heard like KRS-One, because that was my time period. That was when I grew up. But I do see some people that I identify with, or I do see some songs that I can identify with, or some beats that I kind of love, even when I may not like what dude is talking about on the track. There's things that I get to love with it, you know? So for me, music is essential. And even though I do use Spotify and listen to the music from the past, I also use it to find anything that I do like, which is new, that will take me into the future. So that's how I keep inspired in that way. I mean, young artists and producers, they remind me of myself 20 years ago when I was young and fresh, you know what I mean? and yeah, I get inspired by that. And I get inspired by wanting to take part in the history of my own music. So I'm producing now, and I'm trying to influence people to still have, you know, people who make music with me, to still have some semblance of the past, something where it's like that's still held there, honoring what we've done before, but also push towards new territories and new water with the music. You know what I mean? That's how I do it. And also dancing ladies, they keep me very inspired. You know what I mean? I haven't been to the club a lot, but TikTok's going on.
I'll bet.
So, I'll bet. It keeps me inspired, man.
Nice, man.
I see ATL. You in ATL?
Well, I'm not in ATL, but I'm always repping where I grew up.
That's dope. The A. Big up the A, man.
Big up the A, man. Absolutely. I mean, nowadays I'm in the 757, so Virginia Beach, great party town. Okay. Lots of those TikTok girls over here. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Dope. Yeah.
Come pay us a visit sometime, Sean. I really appreciate the time, dude.
I will do. Thank you, man. Thanks for the time too, Alex.
All right. Take care.
Salute.